I can tell you when the first shot was fired, my thought is like so many others that I interviewed after the fact is we initially thought someone was playing a sick joke and lit a firecracker, but then we saw Trump grab his face, more shots were fired, and then we all knew there was at least one shooter there and that someone was trying to kill the president and then maybe trying to kill all of us. My condolences to the family of the man, the husband and father who lost his life, Corey Comprador, who was shot and killed protecting his family in the crowd. He's an American hero. Now, the shootout only lasted a few seconds, but in the middle of it, I was on the media riser and I hit the deck. And then when the firing stopped, we all looked up to the podium and Trump, he was on the ground. I had no idea what happened at that point. I'll be honest. I was thinking the worst. But then when he popped up and gave us that fist pump, I fist pumped him right back. I was screaming, and I hope everyone did the same. For the sake of having humanity in our country, though, as we've seen, there are people who have criticized the suspect for actually missing. You talk about sick, truly sick people out there. Now, we planned on me going to the rally in the first place in Butler because I'm from Western Pennsylvania. I was there to represent the people where I came from, rural America, Rust Belt America, where Trump resonates maybe more than anywhere. And I talked about how the people from my part of the country feel forgotten. The loss of jobs, erosion of values, and haven't had it so good in a long time. And you know what happened after the Secret Service whisked Trump away? A lot of the people in the crowd turned to the media riser that I was on, and let's just say they voiced their displeasure for the media. And frankly, I'm not surprised at all. The rhetoric spewed by certain politicians and big media over the years about Trump and his supporters, like where I am from, is nothing short of disgusting and grossly off the mark. In my view, what it boils down to is those politicians, those members of the media, they just don't get it, and they never will, because they have never been to our part of the country, and they likely will never go there. Yet they have the audacity over the years to pass judgment, and they're even still doing it, even after last Saturday. And people have every right to be frustrated, especially when they witness the man whom they believe finally have their backs after decades was nearly killed right in front of them. And last night, Joe Biden, he did it again, demonizing these people.
I've seen a circumstance where you ride through certain rural areas of the country and people have signs there, big Trump signs with middle signs saying F Biden, and a little kid standing there putting up his middle finger. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that is just inflammatory and a kind of viciousness. It's a very different thing than to say, look, I really disagree with the way he takes care of taxes.
Okay, he's clearly not going to turn the rhetoric down, and he cannot be serious with that. Biden says all he's done is disagree with how Trump takes care of taxes. Are you kidding me? This is what he's been saying about the people of rural parts of the country, and he's been doing it for years. Let's listen.
There's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country.
He gave that speech in Philadelphia almost 2 years ago. And you know what big media really thinks about the MAGA movement? Back in April on MSNBC, Joe Scarborough, he was going on a rant. And I want you to notice his impression of us, of Trump voters, people from rural America.
Country ain't the country I was raised in.
Yeah, you notice his impression? Mainstream media thinks you're nothing but hillbillies. But I'll tell you what, after the attempted assassination, I interviewed some people, the people from Western Pennsylvania. Do you know what they talked about? Peace. And they also spoke very eloquently. Let's listen.
We're only going to take so much. You know, I mean, I don't want to, this is a horrible event, and it's just terrible. I don't want to cast aspersions on it. I hope we can get past this as a country.
My personal belief is I hope that everything works out, right? I mean, nobody wants to see bad things happen.
Those people just watched Trump get shot in the head, and they were talking about getting past it. They were talking about unity. But according to Joe Biden, the big media, they're extremists and they're idiots. It's got to change. And I'm going to leave it with this. I don't care who you vote for, Trump or Biden. And most people I spoke with in Butler, they don't care either. But what they don't want is to be made out to be villains because of who they vote for. The days of people feeling like they have to hide support for their certain candidate of choice is now hopefully over. Support who you want in this country unapologetically.